Hey everyone, in this video we're going to talk about reporting and keeping track. How do we keep track? Now in the ideal world, what we do is we check how long would the task take us to make, and then we divide it by half. Why do we divide it? Because our employees most probably won't make the same speed as we do. They're going to be slower because we are the founder, we are the employer, we are the one who gives them the job, and we know exactly what we want from them. They don't know exactly what we want from them, and then it takes them more time. That's why, if you can, do the task before or ask someone how long would it take him to do it, and then just give them double the time. Then this is how long it should take them. Now you should keep track and you should stay on top of them all the time. If you can, and if you have the resources, you should put a manager on them. So in my team, for example, we have a manager for all of the employees that do the SEO, and that guy is really talented, and what we do with him is we give him the job of managing them. That way I don't have to go and dig really deep into what are they doing. I know that he keep track on them, I keep track of him, and I can get also the report. I'm CC'd to the reports of the other employees, but the manager is the one who report directly to me, and that way I don't waste my time in the micromanagement of the things. Now let's talk about reports. You would ideally want to have daily report and a weekly report. The daily report is the most important one because that way you'll know that they are logging in, they are working. You can also keep a track on them using apps, and I'll show you soon which apps I'm talking about. But you need to have them do the daily report. That way you know exactly what did they do today, and you know what is the progress. You can see maybe one of them was sick, and then you know that this day there is no productivity from him, and you can ask why is there no daily report, and then of course he should tell you that he was sick, and ideally he would tell you before he was sick. But still, this is a way to keep track on them, especially if you have many, and that way you can really keep track on your employees. Now, how does the daily report go? It's just a simple, hi sir, this is what I've done today, 1, 2, 3, and how many tasks that they have. If they have links, let's say it's the SEO, then they need to provide links to me. So they put the links that they created for the client, and this way I keep track and check that they really created those links. Now, of course, I'm not checking all of the reports one by one, all of the sections, but I do go roughly on the reports and I check that they're actually doing what they said that they did, and I also check the dates. So if, for example, someone said that he created a blog post today, then I'm going to check the timestamp of the blog post to make sure that it's really today and he didn't schedule it ahead in advance. I know some employees can be tricky, and they can just plan ahead in advance and make schedule their work and bulk it in one day, and then they can actually try to cheat you and give you a week's worth of work just by doing it in 1 or 2 days. So against that, I'm really checking from time to time. Daily report is especially important, but the weekly report is something that you should ask as well. That way they can for them it's pretty easy. They just take all the daily reports, and they combine them together, and they make a weekly report of exactly what they did that week. That way you know that they are organized, and you see that they are willing to do that, take the extra mile and create a weekly report. Some of the employees don't do that because they tell me, hey sir, so you have the daily reports, you can just check them, and that's what I did in this week. So those are the lazy ones. Those are the ones who usually they don't last long. This is the way to know if an employee is going to be a good employee or not. And as I just said, you have a way to keep track on your team. This is a really cool website, Clockify, and this way you have them log in the time, and then you know that they really are working in that time. So that's how they log in and they clock the time. I like to use those apps because this app in specific, it's installed on your computer, and then you really know that they are working, because I don't let them use the web app. I tell them to use the desktop app. That way I really know that right now they are in their computer. They are not somewhere on the web, somewhere browsing on their mobile phone or maybe on their app. I know that they are really tuned in and they are working on their desktop. And as with children, it's all about the education and it's all about how you educate them. This is also goes the same for employees. So you need to be consistent with the reports. You need to ask them. If they don't send you one day, you ask him, have you been sick? Do you want me to take this day off your work and your paycheck? And of course, he'll tell you, hey, no, sir, I'm sorry that today I didn't send you the report. I'll send you soon. But you really need to be consistent. Always tell them to be online on Skype when they are working. That way you can chat with them. You can really make sure that they're doing what they're doing. Sometimes people, as I said before, they are not so trustworthy. Good education is good habits. So if they have good habits and they really send you the dailies, that way you know that they are really well educated employees and you know that they will stay with you for a long time. Now they are people, so you need to help them grow as much as you can. You need to really make sure that you nurture your employees, you give them materials. So for example, to my content writers, I gave The Elements of Style. That's a cool book and it's a really good book for knowing how to write well, because their content, they write content, but some of them don't really know how to do it. They just wrote some essays for their university and they think that they know how to write. So you need to educate them. If they are willing to do the work, you should be willing to teach them how to do it. If someone is your graphic designer and you see that you have this certain style and that's not going anywhere, like this is a good style, but actually it's not growing. It's the same style all the time in all of the images that he edits for you and everything that he creates, that it kind of look the same. Then you can send him to an, let's say, Udemy course about how to use Photoshop, or how to really hone his craft. That way you help them grow and they will appreciate it.